Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. Ocho, we got a special guest joining us. With his eighth studio album, Emperor's New Clothes, out to mass appeal, featuring Wu-Tang Clan members, Ghostface Killer, Method Man, Inspector Deck, as well as Nas. Here he is, Raekwon. What it do?
Shay Show. What up, fellas?
Chef, what they do, baby? What's good?
Ain't shit, Ocho. What's the word?
And I'm here, man, 1 foot in front of the other, man. They're trying to make it happen with my head high so I can see where I'm going, baby. That's it.
There you go. That's all we could do, right? That's all we could do. Keep on.
Quan, tell us about the album. What do you like about it? Tell me the thought process. I'm going in, I'm gonna do my 8th studio album. What's the thought process? What are you looking for?
Well, first and foremost, what I'm looking for is to tear shit up. I'm one of them. When I come back around, niggas gonna know I came back around because
that's what's up.
I take it for real. I take it like the fights. You see, your brother got the robe on. You know,
yeah.
It's serious. It's serious with me. But now, on a real note, though, I've been out the game. You know, I ain't gonna say out the game, but I've been doing other businesses, and I've been away from my pen and pad for about 7 years. So I knew it was time to come back and Blant Brothers with another joint, you know? So, you know, I never been one of those artists to try to rush and continuously drop. You know, I'm like a Marvin Gaye baby. So I got to sit down, figure shit out. Certain beats is gonna hit me when it's time. But I knew right now was the moment of truth for me to step in, you know?
You said something very interesting. You say you've been away from your pen and the pad for about 7 years. Even though in the process of when you're away, do you even do a little sketching? You're like, okay, you know, hey, this might, even though you know that it's not quite time for you to go full underground, focus in and start writing.
Absolutely. That ain't. I'm not saying I'm walking away like I closed the door on it. Nah, we don't close the door. We always looking. We always fishing. You know what I mean? I might run into a producer on the road, and I'll be like, "Damn, I always want to work with you." You know what I'm saying? And then we entertaining that thought. But at the end of the day, I might just tell a nigga, yo, send me a 50 pack. And I might piece through the 50 piece. It might be like, yo, I like this, I like that, I like this. And then that's when I start my process of tuck.
That's when the creative juices get going.
I start the tuck. And like I said, I sit on it for a minute. And that always been my mystique to my music. It's like a lot of shit niggas be hearing, it don't be like the beat was here yesterday. You know what I mean? I might have been like, yo, this one was designed 2 years ago and I tucked it because I knew that when I hit a nigga with it right now, it's going to feel like it was done now. So it's just my weird process how I do things.
Right. Now, I have listen, I love music. I'm a music enthusiast and I've always been a fan of yours, a huge fan of yours, Wu-Tang, y'all, the whole crew. But I'm thinking about music in general and the way it sounded back then. We was all young. The way it sounds now is completely different. At any point, despite what the music sounds like today, I've listened to the album, One Life, Open Doors, 600 School, You and Meth, man, doing what y'all always do. Does it matter how music sounds today and how hard is it to remain your true, authentic self and keeping that New York sound no matter what the music sounds like today?
I don't get caught up in what anything sounds like anymore because a lot of shit got let in that I may not like, and that's just my opinion, but I'm not hate on it. But one thing I'm not going to do is allow what it is today to dictate me as an artist and where I'm going and how I want my music to be dictated.
Right.
So I'm always going to stay in my lane. It's like being a 60, 50-year-old nigga in a club with a bunch of 20-year-olds. That don't look So I've never been that type of dude to sit here and say, "Oh, this is the new sound they like." So let me try to. You
don't chase sounds.
Nah,
you Quan, and that's what I do.
Right. That's right. And I do it to the point where I say in my mind, I still got to grow. Still got to make it new. You know what I'm saying? But I won't do something that out of the box that I know that I'm not comfortable with. And I know that my diehard fans might look at me like, yo, nigga, what you doing? You know, because I have tried shit. Shay, and it's like, my fans, they hard on me, and I love it because
Yeah.
I love them because they made me who I am, besides my crew. But my fans, I try things like, say, for instance, right? Niggas be like, yo, I want you to keep giving us this, giving us this, giving us this. And I'm like saying to myself, like, that's cool, but what happens when I want to give you something like I want to give you an apple? I want to drop a gem on you.
Right.
So, it fluctuates. And then when I do find myself slipping away a little bit trying to please everybody, then they like, yo, we want the old shit again. We want.
Yeah.
So I never really categorize what I do. Music is music. If you love it, it feel good, it vibes to you, it vibes to your soul. I did my job. I ain't sitting here trying to act like I gotta follow what manuscript everybody else is doing because I know y'all love me for what I bring to the table.
And I think that's the hardest part, Quan, is that when you look at it, everybody's like, man, all he does is the same thing, same thing, same thing. When you give them something new, they're like, well, I want the old guy back. I want the old guy back. So how do I evolve when I try to give you something new and you say you want the old Quan back?
Right. I just basically give up on trying to please everybody. I just gotta know that at the end of the day, do it sound good? Is it the sandwich? We gonna take the sandwich or we gonna take the song? And me and my team, we sit around and they be honest with me. You know what I mean? Because if they try to change me, they gonna know that at the end of the day, I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna be like, you sure? You know what I'm saying? And it's to the point where I think as an artist, we do have to listen to one another. I don't never want to be one of those, artists that just ain't ready to be optimistic with somebody that may make sense on something. It's like back in the days, we make a bunch of hardcore reality records and niggas say, damn, you ain't got nothing up there for the females? I'm like, nah, I ain't on that time right now. But then, the nigga will give you a look like, and then that'll make me be like, all right, I gotta do that.
Right.
Can I ask you this? What happened to the lyricists? When I was growing up, you had Kane, you had Rakim, you had KRS-One, you had Slick Rick, you had a Scarface, you had guys that were. It seems like now everybody want to put the beat, and guys can't and ain't saying nothing. The beat banging, but they ain't saying nothing. Whereas before, guys had so much to say. Yeah. Where did the lyricists go, Quan?
Where the lyrics went, I think, is just the fact that the radio has overpowered the mindset of music today. It's like everything is classified in certain levels, but then you want to try to mash everything together like it's one. So I think when the lyrics was everything, it was about skill. It was about coming in a big park and knowing that you know how to fight on that mic. But today it's more of a popularity show. If you got a great hook, you making people dance, and that's cool because at the end of the day, we need a little bit of that. But as far as the lyrics and all that concerned, I think the radio just is like, yo, they trained to go one way with it. So we don't stop doing what we do. We just do it for the niggas that remember that.
Yeah. And it's funny. It's funny when you think about it. The stuff that is mainstream right now is sort of the stuff that Unc is talking about. But those of us that are a little older and can appreciate lyricism, we can appreciate it. And Quan, what I miss, I'm gonna call you Chef. What I miss, honestly, is the storytelling. The storytelling that came along with rapping. It's one thing to have beats. It's one thing to listen to rap, but to hear a story told like they used to do back in the day. And, there are a few, J. Cole is pretty good at it too, Dog, there's an art in itself in that alone.
Exactly.
That a lot of artists have moved away from because in order to be mainstream, you have to have a certain sound, or you got to have a certain beat, or you got to sound like, you know what it is.
I'm gonna tell you something too. A lot of people don't feel like it sells.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if me and you know that we going to the movies, like we just strictly love horror flicks.
Yes, sir.
Horror flicks might be probably the least ones that sell in the movie theater. Everybody's on some drama, comedy shit, or whatever the case. I'm just trying to give you
superhero. They're on the superhero now. DC, Marvel, whatever the case may be.
exactly. So all I'm saying is that it's to each his own on what they like. But when it comes to the politics, a lot of times the lyrics, I guess they just feel like, yo, we don't want that no more. But we know we know commercial shit. We know it has to exist.
Mm-hmm.
As an artist, you want to still try to deliver on every level. So I'm not stupid. I'm not expecting me to be talking crazy and think that that's going to be on prime time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and me and your grandmothers is listening, or whoever is listening. So I know that, but like I said, I just think that it's not being embraced enough in the culture of wanting it, because it's a lot of niggas that just feel like, yo, that shit ain't doing, yo, fuck all that. So you got a lot of dumb niggas out there. Let's be straight about that. Am I lying? Am I lying, Unc?
No, you're not.
You're right.
So we know it's a lot of dumb niggas. So dumb niggas don't want to hear nothing but shit that they feel like is making them happy. We the type of niggas that we need to hear something because we might be going through something. We might have a moment. We might need to hear Jim. We might need somebody got to drop a bracelet to make me be like, turn my neck and be like, I needed that. So, you know, to each his own, man. To each his own.
Yeah. Looking back at the legacy of hip hop, did you know Wu-Tang would be what you guys became?
I knew we had the potential to be what we wanted to be, but we knew that it had to be a lot of work. But as far as the confidence factor, I think we knew we was going to we was going to bum rush, because at that time we was young and we felt what we felt was going to win. But we knew that we still had to put in the work. But to go 30 years later and and have this audience of fans that's of all race and creed, and it's like, that's some other shit. We ain't see that coming. We ain't see that coming.
Because when you look at it, you guys, each one of you guys stepped out on your own. You kind of like NWA. You see Cube did his own thing. Dre turned into a producer. A lot of these guys did their own thing. And to see after all these years, it's like, man, I remember when. And when they put the compilation together, and you guys are always is it hard when you're a group? You got 5 guys, and normally you ain't gonna see this anymore. What you saw with NWA, what you saw with Wu-Tang, what you saw, ain't no more NSYNC, ain't no more New Kids on the Block, ain't no more New Edition. Cause everybody looking for that solo action. Cause I ain't really trying to split 100,000 5 ways. I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I ain't really trying to do that. If I'm gonna get 100 stacks, I gotta run this on my own.
Exactly. And see, that's the whole thing. That's why I tell people all the time, when we came together, it was like shooting dice at a dice game, and the nigga just and RZA was betting his hand on something that he didn't know was gonna be what it was, and guess what? Head crack. You found you assembled this amazing team of men that basically all got their own style, and you believe in every last one of them, but you want them all to come together, because we know team means everything. It's like, I've been on sports teams. Y'all know how it goes. You know what I mean? A team, once y'all on the same mind frame and y'all really want to win, that's more to win. That's more to have under your belt. To be like, nigga, we getting close to the winning, because we got a strong team. So really for us, we was looking at the cats that did it before us, the Naughty by Nature's, Headbanger, you know what I'm saying? We want those niggas. We want to be like them, but we got to be better. We got to figure out a way to, let them know we just as strong as them, or we may be even a little stronger. So our intentions were big, but like I said, we could say whatever, but if you don't put in the work, that shit don't mean nothing.
You know what's funny? One of the things that we always struggle with, especially our people, when it comes to doing anything and uniting, even as a group, whether it be, most of the time, it's hard for us to stick to the plan and understand long-term vision. Right. This is what we need to do. But one, we got to put the work in. Most of the time, depending on what it is going on, everybody want to take a shortcut. Everyone take a shortcut, and it's very, very difficult for everybody to stay on the same page. Have y'all managed to always be on the same page after all these years with no fallouts? I'm sure there's probably little rifts or whatnot, but have you all managed to keep that friend group so tight together?
It's the fans, man. And it's the ability to be able to know, like, men gonna argue. We gonna go through. We might fight. We might argue.
Yeah.
But one thing we not gonna forget is where we came from and the blessings that we received. See, when a man feels like he's at his worst point and you just want to give up, that's cool too if that's who you are. But we strong brothers, so we know that at the end of the day, it's a rule that comes with going at each other. It's like, yo, that shit can't exist but for so long. So times it be rainy days. We might not talk to each other for months, but that don't mean we don't love each other. So I guess when we come back to do some work, if whoever's on bad terms, y'all had enough time to be like, yo, that shit ain't about nothing, man. Let's go do the job. But really, like I said, it's the fans. We never want to let down the fans on making them feel like we gonna break up. But it happens. Can you give me 5 groups that's together still? You see what I'm saying?
At least they broke. They might have got back together, but they broke up at some point in time.
That's why actually.
So for us, I think it ain't never a breakup thing. I think it's I'm out the way for a minute, man.
Take a break.
Yeah, I'm out the way for a minute.
Yeah.
It been plenty of times probably in the past with me, I wanted to break up, but then I had real niggas around me like, yo, are you really sure that's how you feel? And then it makes me question, am I dealing with too much emotion, or do I got facts to stand on to feel to make that decision that I'm making? So, a lot of times it's just, you got to learn how to forgive, man. The Most High, He teaches how to forgive, not forget, forgive. So we forgive each other sometimes because money ain't going to keep us together. You know what I mean? What's going to keep us together is, damn, nigga, I know your mother. I know your family. Your family love me. You know what I mean? I ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
And we try to just balance it out with distance. Sometimes you got to balance shit out with distance.
Was the Wu-Tang Forever, the final chamber tour, was that really the last time you guys are going to be together?
Right now, that's the call because everybody got other things.
Got other projects going on, got everything going on.
The vision board. But me and you know that anything could happen. How many niggas said that in the past? Yo, it's over. Then they bust a move. I mean, right now, nobody don't know. For like the last couple of years, we have been struggling with, schedules. You know what I mean? Because dudes is doing shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's different if a nigga sitting around the corner and you just don't want to do it no more. Niggas say it, I don't want to do it no more. So sometimes that ain't the case. But if I got something going on and then next thing you know, this shit fall in my lap, and it's like, damn, I gotta say to myself, damn, I'm gonna be busy that month. Y'all niggas trying to dance. I'm already signed in. So we've been having to deal with those situations and move some things around. So we pretty much had like we had like a forecast that was basically saying, yo, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna chill. Because we know that at the end of the day, yo, nigga, you might got a lot of other shit to do. So it's all about respecting men and respecting their businesses and their family time. All that plays a role. But we do have to go through some struggles with that. So now we just say, yo, you know what? Now everybody, we go back out one more time, show the fans some love, and then now you don't got to worry about me in your ear trying to do something.
Right.
So that's what it was, though. But you never know. I'm gonna tell my fans that you never know. You never know what can happen, man. But it's going to be, if it escalates to us doing it again, it's going to be better because that's the only way we signing up.
You recently said hip hop doesn't feel authentic anymore. Do you?
Okay.
Is there, in your mind, is there ever a chance hip hop, rap, whatever the case may be, will it ever be what it once was?
Let me tell you something, Unc, and I want you to listen real clear. I don't know if I told you like I told you. You see, this is why I call my album The Emperor's New Clothes.
Okay.
My album, The Emperor's New Clothes, is because The Emperor's New Clothes is a Dutch folktale about deception. The king got hoodwinked. He got hoodwinked. He's sitting there with all his vanity, and vanity turns into ego, and then next thing you know, you become weird. You start to forget the rules and principles because your ego is so big that at the end of the day, these guys came in to sell you some clothes that wasn't real. But you knew they wasn't real, but your ego allowed you to sit here and try something that really it wasn't right. So the bottom line, what I'm saying is, we got to stop falling for sucker shit, for stupid shit, for shit that ain't hip hop that we classify as hip hop. What's the difference? What's the difference, Chad? If I give you a shirt and I say, yo, try this shirt on and I ain't got nothing in my hand, common sense is going to tell you, nigga, this ain't, yo, Ray, you ain't got nothing in your hand. Other nigga might be like, that's the shit, Ocho, put it on.
Right.
That's what's going on in the game today.
Yep.
Niggas make hip hop be something that we know it ain't, but you got niggas right next to you telling you it is what it is. So my thing is, don't get caught up in the deceptions. So when I'm making my music, I gotta keep it hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, and this ain't shitting on nobody. Post Malone, right? I love him as an artist. I love him as an artist. You look him up in the dictionary or anything, Google, they call him an American rapper. Now, my thing is, when I think of Post Malone, he's singing all the time. Not taking away from him saying that he can't rhyme or he call that something else. You see what I'm saying? You see how the white boys do the rock? You got contemporary rock, you got punk rock, you got this rock, you got hardcore rock, you got all these different titles. But when it come over here to hip hop, everything y'all niggas is calling fucking hip hop, it ain't hip hop, bro. That don't mean it ain't dope. I'm not taking nothing away from homie. I like him. I'm a fan. But hip hop. You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you. I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying.
This is not the single. It's just like I said, we got to preserve the culture, man, the best way we know how, man. Niggas got to stop acting like they calling everything something that it's not, man. That's all I'm saying. So I wanted to make this album basically bring niggas back to realizing that, yo, you know what? Stop being deceptive. Stop letting niggas decept you with other bullshit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If this is what you want, then you gotta stand on it. But if you gonna settle, you can tell you, yo, eat this shit. Yo, this shit is good. And you're like, yo, this shit is nasty. If it's nasty, it's nasty, nigga.
But Ray, here's the problem that we run into.
Right.
We've allowed it to get in for so long.
Yeah.
Right.
It's going to be hard to get it up out of there because we've allowed it to infiltrate for such a long time. And so now people just like, oh yeah, that's rap. Oh yeah, that's such and such. Because we've allowed it for the last 20 years to get in there. And as you said, they say it, and now we classify it as rap. We classify it as hip hop, but that ain't what it is. That's never what it was, and that wasn't what it was intended to be.
But see, going back to the Emperor's New Clothes, remember, two swindlers came in there and swindled the king.
Yeah.
Yep.
Swindlers. So guess who the swindlers is? Do I gotta say it?
No.
It's the niggas with the money. It's the niggas with the money that's saying,
they're pushing it.
That's saying one for you, one for me, two for you, 1, 2 for me, 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me. You get it?
Yep.
We ain't gotta sit here. We ain't gotta sit here and not know what we know. But at the end of the day, money, man. That's why I said the vanity. The vanity controls the ego, and then you become something that's just yeah. I want to yeah. And the nigga bring you anything and everything, and you like, yo, fuck it. All I see is the money. I don't see nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But the funny thing, this is the great thing I like about life. Whether it's sports, whether it's rap, whether it's arts, whether it's dance, history always repeats itself.
Facts.
Life goes in cycles.
Mm-hmm.
In decades, as I call it.
That's
History
right.
at some point is going to repeat itself where hip hop is back to its original format in which we all know and love.
I mean, I feel like it never really went nowhere. I just felt like if this was a blanket over it, and basically everybody just at a point where, you know, you get tired of hearing the same type of shit all the day. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, like I said, man, I ain't got to shoot at nobody, man. I ain't here to shoot at nobody. But a lot of shit that we all respect, let's just classify. Let's just put certain things in our own mind to be what it is. Fuck that. We don't need nobody to tell us, yo, this is what it is. You got to know what it is. I got to know what it is. And at the end of the day, like I tell niggas, you go to the movies, you pay for what you want, nigga. Period. You want horror, nigga, you come over here. You don't go over there for horror if it ain't horror.
Right.
Yep.
But today, like I said, all we could do is really start trying to articulate what's what. You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. I didn't make this album to try to shit on nobody. These are just my principles, my niggas. This is just how I feel. And I knew that, yo, do what niggas know you do, man. Period, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do it some other way, then you gonna wind up like the king in the emperor's new clothes and shit when he fucking got sold something and then a little kid told him, that ain't it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you need that. You know, and this ain't even this, even my philosophy just based on hip hop, it ain't even just that. We living in those crazy times where there's no rule book. It was a rule book back in the days.
Structure.
I don't give a fuck if you had a big brother in the hood and a nigga tell you, a nigga put his hands on you, you better put your fucking hands, you better fight him. Not shoot him, fight him.
People scared to take an L now, though, Ray.
Absolutely, yeah.
People scared to take an L now.
Right.
Hey, Raekwon's 8th studio album, Emperor's New Clothes, is out now. He has Ghostface Killer, Method Man, Inspector Deck, as well as Nas on the album. Ray, congratulations. Hopefully you guys do it one more time. Take the group out one more time. Spin the block, let everybody see the Wu-Tang Clan, 30 plus years in the making, and do this thing one time. Thank you for coming by. Stop by again soon.
Baby brother. Y'all my baby brothers. I love y'all. And yo, I'm so proud of y'all platform, what y'all doing. Like I said, man, it's going to take real ones to stand the way they stand. And I salute y'all brothers, man. And thank you for everything because we all a part of this culture. Let's stick together. We got some great things lined up for the people. You know what I'm saying? I got a documentary coming out that's going to blow y'all niggas' heads off. Only Cuban Links, you know, the documentary, you know what I mean? Then also, you know, like I said, I'm just trying to dance in the greatest way, keep myself relevant. But, you know, it's a lot of shit going on, bro. That's all great things. But I appreciate the platform. Thank you for supporting me, man. And to all my fans, you know how I get down. Enjoy the music. There it is.
Raekwon, thank you for coming by. Go catch the new album, Emperor's New Clothes.
Salute.
Appreciate you, man. Enjoy. Stay safe. Tell the family I said hello.
Thank you, my brother. Likewise.